There comes a time when all adolescents have to step up to adulthood.
It's just like us really moving out of home at the age of 18 or the age of 40. But at some point they have to do that, and they have to really learn to just look after themselves, not rely on their mum all the time.
But for one female at Chester, moving on will require a little more self-confidence. 4-year-old Sumatran tiger Kasarna currently lives in the shadow of her domineering mum, Kirana.
Sumatran tigers are absolutely stunning looking, the most beautiful animals in the zoo, in my opinion. They inhabit sort of wetland and rainforest areas. Their stripy camouflage is absolutely ideal for living amongst the trees, and they become invisible. Obviously, being a big cat, they are built to kill, and if you turn your back on them, you know about it.
But Kasarna lacks the tiger's killer instinct.
I really like Kasarna. She's an absolutely lovely cat. When she comes in, she rubs her face all over the side of the mesh. She's kind of asking for a little bit of a tickle by the looks of things. We don't tickle the tigers. We want to keep our fingers. But she can also be incredibly elusive. Some days you can't find her anywhere. Some days you can find her and she's looking at you and you're looking at her, but she will not come in. She is so frustrating because she's just so shy.
Kasarna's 13-year-old mum is a very different character.
Kirana, she is pretty feisty, actually. If you turn your back on her, you'll hear her pounce against the mesh, and you know that she means business. Mum really dominates everything, the feeds, the sleeping spots, everything. Kasarna is very submissive towards her.
Kasarna, born with her 2 brothers at the zoo 4 years ago, was always the timid one.
Topan and Jaya, Kasarna's brothers, they would spar and they would play in the pool together. Kasarna was quite different to them, and Kasarna just got a little bit left in the shadows.
Sumatran tigers are critically endangered in their native Indonesia, with fewer than 400 left in the wild. With mum Kirana unable to have any more cubs, Kasarna is the future of the zoo's breeding programme.
Naturally in the wild, Kasarna would have probably left her mum's territory, so it would be really nice to see her paired with a male and become a breeder. However, I think she would definitely need to have a bit of a personality change, because at the moment she's just out of sight. I mean, the male wouldn't even know she was there, so she'd need to be a bit more out there, I think.
Keepers need to help Kasarna become more assertive.
We're going to have to just try something to get her out and active, to perform natural behaviours. We want her to be at her peak of fitness so that she is a really fit and healthy mum. So she's going to have to pull her finger out.
Sumatran tiger Kasarna needs to find the confidence to step out of her mum's shadow.
For Kasarna to become a successful adult female tiger, she would need to be more dominant and asserting that, it's her territory as well. It will be difficult for her though, because she's going against her mother.
Keepers are going to use the one thing that's guaranteed to tempt a tiger.
The only bargaining tool we have with Kasarna is food. Oh, here it is. Food is definitely the way to a tiger's heart, and pretty much every animal, to be honest.
So what you've got there?
Just got a log, which will float. So I'm going to attach the tiger's food to this float today. So hopefully the piece of food will stay on it, and it'll float about in the pool.
It's hoped Kasarna will assert herself and challenge Mum for the food.
It's not the floatiest log. The log sunk. What's supposed to float? Stupid log. they've both run out, and if she looks around the pool area, she should be able to see it. Here she comes. She's sniffing the air there. You can see how she lifted her head, breathed in through her nose and out through her mouth.
But as soon as Mum Kirana arrives, Kasarna backs away, and Mum does the hunting.
As a first attempt, it was a failure.
Keepers continue to try different ways of coaxing the inner hunter out of Kasarna.
She is very submissive to her mum. She's a tiger. You can't force her to do anything.
Gradually, Kasarna gets a bit braver, arriving at the pool first. But then, as usual, gives way to Mum.
It didn't go to plan again. And there was a bit of chicken still left on the side that Mum had left, so she got rewarded. It's good, though, for us to be able to give her opportunities of trying.
Shy Sumatran tiger Kasarna is slowly but surely becoming more courageous.
Every day you can see a slight change in her. She's certainly been a lot more confident than we've seen in quite a while, if ever. She's showing her face a lot more. She's sometimes the first one in the house.
Kasarna's even marking her own territory and has stolen Mum's favourite sleeping spot.
But yeah, definitely, she's certainly improving.
But going up against Mum for food may be a different story.
So we're using the poles again. This time we've put a rabbit on, so we'll see if that's going to change her mind, whether she's going to climb this pole or not.
It's a much bigger joint of meat. This is going to be a good challenge, I feel.
Both mother and daughter can scent the rabbit. But it's Kasarna who breaks into a sprint. And finally beats Mum to it.
Immediately, straight up, no question at all. So yeah, that is one confident looking tiger. We're really hoping that this is a really good step in the right direction for her maturity, and then hopefully one day Kasarna will get the opportunity of going off by herself as a solitary female tiger should, and be able to meet a mate and potentially be a very successful breeding Sumatran tiger.